Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and I believe in dragons and I follow the rules of the dragon. And what are the rules of the dragon? Well, that is not for me to make. That is only for your dragon to make. Some people actually complained a little bit that I used a little bit too much of dogma inside of the Dragon's Path and the videos and the text that I write about the Dragon's Path. But there's one thing you should remember when I state something like, for example, for me, for being a vegan, forbidden to eat animals or kill animals. Don't forget that this is actually my path and my path alone. Whenever I'm saying that every single dragon eye is different, I mean it. I am saying that your path is lying somewhere else than mine. So it has different rules. What kind of rules those are like I said, no one can determine what kind of rules that you have. It's not some like a guy comes from a mountain and says these are the 10 commandments. No, it's only the dragon that can only hope that you will understand that your own rules that you will going to make on your own dragon's path, and the rules that you will make will determine how we will go on the dragon's path. It's the dragon's dogma, you might say, but every one of us has a different one. So I hope that it doesn't come into a wrong idea that I would, for example, force you to do the same as me. My own experiences are on my own as well, but I like to share them, and maybe you can understand a bit of them. Maybe it's the same, it can be, but there are many people on the Dragon's Path that are saying, no, I'm following a different kind of path. It's still the same Dragon's Path in direction of the Dragon Realms. But like I said, every single dragon is different, as well as yours. So of course your rules are going to be different. There is no dogma on the Dragon's Path. No one is saying whatever you have to do. No one. So whatever you are doing on your Dragon's Path, you are the one or the dragon is the one that has to agree with certain rules. Of course, I can think about some rules that we can all agree on. For example, don't play with the dragon in a bad way. Of course, you can play with the dragon. You can do everything with the dragon. I mean, when the dragon is a playful spirit, the dragon can be played with, even with your children. You can play with them. My favorite game, for example, is hide and seek. But with playing with them, I mean something completely different. For saying playing with them, for pretending that they are not real, pretending that like they are some kind of a game, that they are there for us, our entertainment. That is a rule that I can say that all of us can agree on. That you should not play with them in a bad way, that they are not just toys, that they are not a stuffed animal. I mean, they are not a board game, for example. They are not there for, oh yeah, you know what, I'm going to play with the dragon. Hey dragon, come to me and play. Change my hair color, things like that. No, that is not where the dragon will come from. I mean, that is so disrespectful. I don't even want to think about this. There are also other rules, but I cannot remember them all, that I say that no, don't do that with the dragons. So yeah, dragon dogma. Yeah, but that is actually common sense. Once you are feeling and sensing the dragon, you also sense some kind of things that should happen inside of your dragon's path in order to change more in their direction. In my case, it's kind of strict. It's kind of life-changing what my changes are, but those are determined by me and my dragon and dragon god. We talk about this. You can talk to your dragon as well about certain rules that you want to keep for your, that you want to actually honor, and that is not something bad, of course. But it's not the things like, for example, religions make all of these rules, and then when you break the rules, then you have to be punished. Of course not. When you break your own rules, then it's just improve on it, just learn from it, Learn from what you have done, from your mistakes. Whenever your dragon is angry, and you will feel when your dragon is angry, you will feel that you have done something wrong, that you might have broken some rules of yourself. Even you should have felt that. You should have known that. And sometimes a dragon can be very strict and slap you in the face. I mean, not in the face. I mean, they will let you know that you have done something wrong inside of your dragon's path. And of course you can do something wrong inside of the dragon's path, whatever this is. This can be everything, of course. For example, for me, I do not kill animals, or I don't let anyone kill animals for me, because I believe that they are going to hell and they don't deserve it, and I don't deserve it. That is what I'm saying. I've seen hell. I've seen my why Leviathan have shown me this, become like this. And you know, Leviathan is also a very good pusher into knowing what kind of rules that you want to make for yourself. Leviathan is showing you some kind of a hell, what your deepest darknesses are that you want to avoid. And with avoiding stuff like that, you might know what your rules are going to be. And these rules, like I said, it can be everything. It's not bound to humanity. It's not bound to human nature. It's not even bound to this society of humans. It can be strictly spiritual as well. And actually, most of the time, it's spiritual. For example, do not play with the dragon in a disrespectful way. What kind of a things? There were three actually. Three, but I forgot what these others two are. But I know that I do them all. I mean, I never try to disrespect the dragon. What is actually disrespecting the dragon? For example, you might hurt their feelings. They have feelings, by the way. It's not because they are spirits that they are just mindless robots. Oh no, don't make this mistake, because your dragon is not mindless at all. I mean, no way. They are so individual and so strong in their will and desires and everything that they do. If you break their heart, you will just feel their heart broken. They have so much emotions, so many emotions that you might feel. I mean, I'm sure that you will feel it, because you are telepathically connected. So I know that every feeling what your dragon has will be felt by you. That is why you are inside of a dragon's eye. You will feel each other. And yeah, that dragon's dogma, they say. Of course, I'm very sorry if it seems that my experience are seeming like I'm making the rules up. That is just it on the dragon's path. It's kind of difficult to explain this. It's such a wild world in this draconic spirituality. That may be the reason why everyone is playing safe by reading the book of the general things that you must know, but never the specific things that you might know, such as the rules that you want on your dragon's path. And without rules, of course, there is just anarchy. You don't want that, especially not anarchy on your dragon's path that you are taking. Rules are there for a specific reason, and it might be determined by your dragon guard and your guardian and yourself. So you must all agree on this, all of you. And if you cross the line, then of course there's no man overboard. Just start over and remember what you have made. Where did you had made these mistakes? What is again? Yeah. Don't play with the dragon. Ah, my goodness, I just forgot. So, on the dragon's path, there is a lot to know. I mean, these are maybe general rules that I wanted to say that I somehow forgot. But there are more specific rules as well. Your individual path that you are taking with your individual dragons, all of you. And other people might not understand this. If you tell this to what kind of rules you have on the dragon's path, I mean, I had a lot of comments. Oh my goodness, I had a lot of comments by saying, in the beginning, I thought that the dragon was teaching me was actually something in general. So I tried actually to say, please don't eat them. Please let them live. They go to hell if you kill them. I don't like that. But it was actually not done, because my dragon was pulling me back. No, this is your path. This is something from you. They have to learn from themselves or from their dragon. If they see this world with the dragon eye, maybe they will see it. But not you. You are not the one who has to change them. Their dragon has to change them, and it's up to their dragon, for your dragon, how to change. So, and in this, maybe these specific rules that they will determine for themselves might change them, and it will be with the help of the dragon gods. Also, that each and every single dragon god has different kind of rules, all in the circle of what kind of elements that they rule over, and what kind of a spirit your guardian is, what kind of an angel that they are, but what they find important. What is actually important for you? Ask yourself this question: what is important for you, and what is very important for you to change? I mean, you don't need to change, of course, but it will come naturally once you follow certain rules that you find for yourself important to follow. In the beginning, I didn't wanted to change. I mean, it came by itself. And it was not actually a change. The dragon's path does not change you in something that you never saw before. The dragon wants to see the person that was born, that they've seen being born, when you were a pure soul, being born out of your mother. And so this is the soul that they want to return, that they want to see again. So innocent and so pure. Of course, manipulated by humans in their human world. But now they want actually a bit more of this pure soul. And some of these rules are actually for returning to this purity that they want, this pure draconic spirit that was once born in this hospital, that was now more grown up as a human being, but now it's time to wake up, and now it's time to determine your own rules. It's not kind of dragon dogma, but it's not dogma at all. You can do whatever you want. With dogma, you have to do whatever they say. You don't need to do whatever they say. You just make your own rules. It's more like guidelines. And it's not like the 10 Commandments that you will be punished for eternity in hell. No, I've been to hell, of course, to determine my own path. That is because of Leviathan. But that is how he is. He's just so, learn. Learn. Don't feel bad for you to suffer there. It's actually not that funny. But yeah, I would not go back. I mean, whatever I know now and how I determined it's not only veganism, it's also a lot of other stuff that is involved in my dragon's path that I've seen growing when I was in Leviathan's Void. I mean, I've seen a lot of dark stuff that was attached to me and that needed to go away in order to be a light worker like the dragon is. I wanted to change into this purity. And my dragon was very, very pleased. In fact, not in the first moment that Leviathan said, go to my void and let's see if you have a pure dragon soul. And that is actually the reason why Leviathan invites you sometimes, to let you determine your own rules, but also let you see how to return to this purity, how to return to innocence, what a dragon is. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, it's so cold. I mean, my hands are freezing. I'm still thinking about these two that I forgot. Dang it. Always, like, don't play with the dragon. I will tell you actually another time when I remember it. I remember actually that I made a video about this and I remembered all three very well. But now I seem to forget it. But somewhere I will never betray these rules, these three general rules of the dragon's path. I will never do it. I will never do it, and yet I cannot say it right now. But it all has to do with what the dragon is not. The dragon is, yes, of course, one of them. The dragon is not a slave. The dragon cannot be used as your personal guard. I mean, your personal, slave. You cannot do this. I mean, humanity has a habit of using animals. Everything that is not human can be used. And that is, that what cannot be used is seen as something evil, bad, or whatever. I mean, yeah, the dragon is not a slave. I mean, those are the common things. I believe that all of us know this. Unless you are someone outside of the dragon's path, for example, Wicca, that is not really interested in having a dragon, but more like to want to play with this. They might say this. They might say, yeah, of course, I want to play with the dragon and I want to use them as some kind of a slave. No, don't do that, because that would be a big mistake. The dragon does not respond well to if you dishonor them, and first of all, if you don't have draconic energy, or you are not on the dragon's path, you don't even believe in dragons, the dragon will not even come to you, not even listen to you, because but it's in human nature, of course, to use those who are not human as a slave, and that is sometimes where we can make a mistake, and I will never make this mistake, and I doubt that you will make this mistake. But just to know, we don't use the dragon as a slave, and we don't use them as a toy, and we don't use them as a pet. They are not underneath us. They are, what they always say to me, they are on equal level, and I want you to remember this, that they are on equal level. So think about it. It's very interesting to determine what kind of rules that you have on the dragon's path, and we don't need to be angry with each other's rules. It's how we are established, how our dragon's path is established. You don't need to be angry with other people's path. I'm still saying this. Don't be angry. Don't say, no, this has to be like this or it has to be like that. I've seen this too many times, that draconic brothers and sisters argue over rules and being angry with each other. Don't, because this path is hard enough, so as it is, and it's sometimes even very confusing enough as it is, so that we can miss that we are against each other. We should be one as some kind of a family that helps each other, spiritual family, that we discover all the feelings and the rules that we are about to determine that we have to make. I mean, Leviathan knows this very well, and sometimes Leviathan let us be in his void in hell, actually, and this will be a very revealing of what your path should be. And that is just your dragon spirit that is saying where your path is going. And every dragon's path is different. Every dragon's spirit is different. So as well as what Leviathan is showing you. And can you be angry of what Leviathan is showing other brothers and sisters? That it's a different path. It's still draconic. It's still full on the way to the fifth gate. It's still opening the gates of the dragon. But can you be angry for that? Of course not. I never want to be. I'm never angry with my brothers and sisters for having a different kind of path. I was in the beginning because I thought they did the wrong way, but it was Leviathan and also Tiamat and my guardian that is saying, no, their path is on a different side. Don't be angry with them. Why being angry with them for following their own dragons, for following their own draconic spirit? Doesn't make sense to be angry for that. Why should they? Why should you be angry for that? Rules are not for. I mean, that is why we don't have dragon dogma. That is why it's just you, your dragon, and your dragon god, who is saying what should be changed and what should be done, and that you are all seeing through one eye. And sometimes it can be so dark when you see this world, this human world, with so much death and destruction, while your dragon god is nature itself. I mean, one of the elements that you can feel so close by. And sometimes it hurts, and sometimes our development, our evolution, and our transformation into a draconic spirit is so hard sometimes that we need the help we can. Even though sometimes people ask a little bit too much questions about what can I look for, where can I look for, how should I do it, what kind of a ritual for this and for that. It's so personal. The dragon's path is so personal. It's not dogma. It's not a dragon's dogma. Even though I've sensed that a lot of people actually somewhere wished it was a dragon dogma with one kind of rule that is very clear. But the dragon's path is not clear. It's a dark path. You cannot see anything. You just need to create the light yourself. And that is what I'm trying to say. Create the light yourself by knowing what you should do. No one can say what you should do. Only you, your dragon god, and your dragon guardian. You all know it. It's your personal dragon eye. And the rules, those can be discovered once you go on the dragon's path. Every step that you take, it may be difficult, but let's just respect each other while we walk each other's spiritual path of the dragon. So yeah, oh my, this was actually quite a big one to explain. I hope you understand a bit what I'm trying to say with this rules of the dragon. I mean, it was so long for a long time that people seem to be angry with each other for having different kind of rules on the dragon's path. We should not do that. We should not have this opinion be an issue. I mean, this is not even an opinion. This is where your path is going. You cannot help that. You are just feeling that it's the right path to go on underneath the shadow of your dragon. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.